Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the delay. We will hopefully not have OBS crash again. And yep. Okay, so this match, I believe the scores will not be showing up, but I'll just give you some updates on what the scores are as we go, just so we get some matches being played. So we're gonna get this second match underway. Off to the races, everybody getting those coral scoring them on. The reef, couple of misses on both sides. Looks like red got that RP in auto, though. Blue may be a little bit too slow for that. I'm not sure that they managed to grab it. Interesting strategy from blue as well, having two of those chill out robots. Going for a algae win, looks like. Double possession from Noah, unfortunately. Going to cost him a few points. Already a big gap here. Waldo stuck on the blue alliance cage. Another possession foul from Noah is not helping them too much, but we'll see if they can make up this difference here. JP and Eric going heavy on these coral scoring. Waldo coming over to steal some algae, it looks like. Once again. Ooh, big bump from Jep and Waldo. Almost turned to disaster for him, pushing him into his zone, but did not get punished for it. Blue accidentally passing a couple of those algae over to Jep there to give him a couple of quick cycles. 1 minute to go, and it's a 70-point lead for red. Red almost has their coral RP, it looks like. They're just working on a couple more L1s and L2s. Blue doing quite well for themselves as well. They could still get this coral RP if they're smart about scoring these L1s. Jep now going over to maybe try and steal this last algae. Mello comes out on top with that, though. 22 seconds left. Doesn't look like Blue's going to be able to make it back unless Red misses all their climbs.
Guys. Hello.
Hello, hello. 15
There
seconds
is
left.
there is an issue with the lollipops. They're not counting.
Okie dokie.
Just realized that.
And that match ends 267 to 202. Just give us a second here. Okay. Sounds good. Have at her. Welcome, welcome. We're starting back up the Clyde event here. New schedule and new matches to be played. I think we're just about ready to go. We're just waiting on a couple more people to hop in so we can start it up. I'm not sure, Dar, if you're. I don't have access to it. Let me pull up the stream. I have my own fields. It's just I can't tell when you're switching. Perfect. I think we're on the other field for match one. Wait, which field are you on? There's players on both fields right now. Okay, let me just make sure. We do have everybody in on for match one. Yep. Let me just make sure. Yep. There should be 6 and 2 on each. 6 on pack, 2 on man right now. It has a pretty quick setup. Well, despite all the technical issues, it should be an interesting event. Lots of strong competitors. One less now. The Dar's not, but thank you for taking the hit there, so we can get it going. Should be an interesting match one. New match from previous. We get Kaiju, Bront, and the Birch Trees against Ebac, Tyler, and Alex. Strong scores on both alliance. Should be interesting to see who's got it. Looks like blue is going for both, actually. Everybody's going for rest hounds, rather.
All right, should be good to go.
I guess not believing in those 3 pieces that they can no longer score. We'll see if that changes later on in the event, but I think we are good to go, so we shall start up match number 1 here.
3, 2, 1.
There we go. Both alliances moving quick in auto. 3 for blue, 3 for red. Can blue get the RP? Looks like blue got the RP. Red also got the RP. Big scores here. I think red got the RP at least. Blue both alliances immediately going for that algae. 2 in each processor. And Tyler entering the other side of the field, looking to steal some algae from them. Passing it over to his partner here in Alex. 1629. Stealing again from the Blue Alliance. Got to be careful not to touch that swinging cage, though. Birch now playing some processor defense and taking back his algae. It was previously stolen. Ooh, penalty there on Alex. Looked like it was his own foul. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I wasn't watching that side. Lead here for blue, though, 20 points. Looks like they've managed to score more of that coral. Red's strategy of focusing on the algae hasn't really panned out because of the defense from birch trees, it seems. But they do get a penalty for it. Brings them a little closer. And they are getting some bounce backs now, so it might be worth it coming into the last minute of the match. Blue now working on their L1s, and it looks like a couple L2s still left to score. That RP with 45 seconds left. Red doing the same. A little bit behind in the coral department, it seems. I think it's a good idea for Red to maybe continue with their initial strategy of the algae, because they're falling a little bit behind in points. That might be their key to getting the win here. But they might be focusing on those RPs instead. 20 seconds left. Blue looks like they're just about to get their RP here. I'm not sure how many they have on L1. Close there. I think they need one more L2 as well. We'll see if they can get that in the last 10 seconds. Everybody going to climb now. Tied game almost. We'll see how the climbs come out. If they can stay up, blue will win it. And there we go. 293 to 279. Another very strong match. Looks like blue's going to walk away with 5 RP there. Red taking home 2 for themselves as well. Both teams still managing to get that auto RP despite being essentially at a disadvantage with less easy scores on the field. Kaiji Jones being your MVP of that match, hitting 102, doing quite well for himself. All right, that'll stand as the scores. We'll just submit that one real quick. Dar, do you want me to be operating bot or?
I'm still figuring stuff out here, so if you could
Okay,
go
yeah,
ahead
that's
and
fine with me.
push that for this one.
Just making sure there's no question box. Okay. Um, Should be just about ready. We're still waiting on a couple people on the Blue Alliance here. While we wait, we can talk about the next match. Looks like it's going to be Joaquin, Noah, and Waldo against Baron C and Duck.
It looks
Be another
like
close match here.
they don't have VCs for match 2.
Yeah, I know the bot's doing stuff, but uh, all good. Gar, are you able to kill the And we're back. Minor issues again, and hopefully that'll be the last time. Just for reference, anybody who's listening, we just had to submit those scores manually, so it's not going to show match breakdown stuff. But you will be getting ranking points. We'll just add those manually in a second. So as soon as we get everybody in for match 2, we will get it underway and hopefully speed run some falls matches. Just waiting for one more on blue, and then... Oh, he's in the wrong server, I think. Somebody's in the wrong server.
Likely.
Oh, no, it's fine. That's... Waiting for Duck and Parin still. And they're fine. Any predictions for this match, Dar, on who might come out on top?
I see a lot more experience on the blue. Well, Noah's on red.
Oh, yeah, can they hear you, by the way?
What do you mean?
Can they hear your voice?
Oh yeah, they can hear my voice.
Okay. Adam had
Uh,
it set up the opposite way, so I wasn't sure.
yeah. I'm thinking red's favored just because Noah's so strong. But if C can pull something with
Yeah,
Duck
no,
and
it's
Parin,
strong
then
there.
I think blue has a shot.
Sure. Does look like we have everybody in the server, so we'll get this one underway.
3, 2, 1.
Everybody off and moving. Looks like this match people are opting to do the what is now standard double barkers, and then one chill out on each side as well. Both teams scoring on those L4s to start the match, trying to win that early advantage there. Duck doing a good job of disrupting the red alliance, trying to get some steals off of the reef here, it looks like, as well. Blue keeping up with the red score, though, despite Noah being maybe favored as a high scorer here.
I'll swap the sides next match, by the way.
Oh, yeah, all good. Red actually putting in a couple of algae into the processor here. Doing a little swiping technique to try and get it to bounce back out. That one doesn't quite work out for them, but that's okay. I'm just starting the match for you guys. It's not a real match. Red just about finished L1 here. Blue doing the same. They still have one more algae in their reef here. Let's see. It looks like they're going to go and score that now, though. Red's caught up now. Only a few points between these alliances. $20 left. Both alliances going for that L1, looks like. Still a couple of L2s and L3s for the Blue Alliance. See if they can get the RP there. 8 seconds left. Everybody hopefully going to climb now. 5 seconds. Seeing if they can get up. It's going to come down to climbs, it looks like. Oh, 1
Wow.
point match for the Blue Alliance. Holding on to their lead there. Red made a great comeback, but didn't end up mattering quite in the end. It's going to be 5 RP for that Blue Alliance, getting that auto RP and Reef RP along with the win. Missing out on that climb, it looks like. But Red does get their own climb RP. So not walking away open without any points or without any RPs. And Noah with your MVP of that match with 121. Now let's just get that match in here. Okay. And we should be ready to roll on over to match number 3. It's going to be Ebone, Hex Bugmaster, and JP against Eric, Jeff, and the other JP. Which is not going to be confusing whatsoever. But we'll see how this match goes. We're going to get it underway now.
Three, two, one.
All robots moving, looking to score those coral early. Fortunately missed from a couple of sides here. 40 from blue at 47 actually from blue out of auto. Looks like it might have been enough for RP. I'm not sure if they got any L1s in there. Jeff got a algae stuck in his robot. Maybe new tech or just got it stuck, looks like. Blue line scoring well here. Almost finished up with that L4. As Red's taking the lead on the algae. Jeff doing a great job of scoring in that barge. .25 lead for blue right now. As we're getting to the minute mark, looks like blue's pulling away a little bit here. Almost 50 points ahead now. Red doing a great job of doing that algae, but might be a little bit of lag that's making it difficult to score on that L on the coral side of these points. Reset there from. Oh no, that was a different one. Too many screens open. 42 seconds left. Blue's looking to fill up that L1, trying to get this RP. Really early climbs here from Red. 25 seconds left and they're climbing. Looks like they're trying to lock in those RPs as much as they can. Giving up on the win here. Being down so much. Hoping that the swaying will stop by the time the timer does, making them or giving them the climb RP here. Jeff putting in some last algae into that processor to try and score some extra points. And goes for the park at the end there. 244 to 187. Looked like a clean match to me. Do get people in the question box, so I'll just give you one moment, or give me one moment while I check that out. Okay. That's going to be our first 6 RP match for the Blue Alliance. Doing quite well for themselves. 101 is the highest score on Blue for Eric. JP not far behind with 91. And Red not doing bad themselves with 187 and getting that barge RP. Let me find the thing again. And it looks like we're ready to go for match number 4. So we'll get that going right away. Try and keep the pace up on here.
1.
Strong start from both alliances. Joaquin going for that Algae and Auto. Same with Mellow. Both managing to hit it. 55 for Blue, 48 for Red. Joaquin immediately going for that steal on the opposite side of the field. Knocks them all over, but doesn't manage to actually grab one. And takes maybe in the way there, so he's moving that out of the way. That was a dangerous play. He almost got a foul there, but it works out for him. As Blue is taking away the lead here with 106 to 92. Looks like a double possession foul there on somebody on the Blue Alliance. Couldn't catch who it was. Ebak and Braun doing a great job of scoring all those coral for the Red Alliance. Working on those L2s and 3s, it looks like. Brought it back quite close, only a 5-point game. There's a lot more algae available for the Blue Alliance, though. We'll see if Mello goes to try and steal this, or maybe just starts to score L1s or something. I'm not exactly sure. Ooh, Joaquin disconnected from the server, it looks like. Comes right back in, though. Not sure what happened there. This Mello does go to the other side of the field to steal some algae. Now 25 seconds left. Slight lead for Blue. Going to come down to climbs, it looks like. Mello's trying to grab this last algae on their side of the field. 15 seconds left. Everybody scoring on those L1s, trying to get their RP. Almost 200 points for each team. Putting in some last-second algae into the processor to get a little bit of bonus points. And when it comes down to it, it's going to be 248 for Blue, 232 for Red. And that looked like a clean match there. And should be ready to go with that one. Going back over to field 1. Looks like we've got everybody in and ready to go. It's on underway as well.
3, 2, 1.
You see there's a question box there. I'll be back in a second just after this match. Everybody's off to the races. 61 for red. Looks like they got that auto RP. Blue trailing a little bit at 47. Both alliances going for that algae. 3 for each at the moment. Seems like they're on pace with each other. A little bit of a mishap with that algae on the red alliance, but that's okay. Meanwhile, both red and blue just about finishing up their L4s here. Coral looks like it's stuck in C here. See if you can dislodge it. Manages to do so. Jep now on the other side of the field playing defense on E-Bone, trying to score those algae into the processor. And it's given red a big lead here of 147 to 119 right now. Ooh, and E-Bone getting a foul there on Eric, just chilling in his own zone, minding his own business. Get some extra points for his name. Minute left to go. 40-point gap for the Red Alliance. Working on their Coral RP. Need a couple more L2s and L3s, it looks like. Blue just finishing up their L3s, it looks like, as well. Some more algae going in for the Blue Alliance. As red is just about maxing out on their coral scoring here. Not many places left to score. Lots of L1s here on the field. I'm not sure that they have enough L2s though. We'll see if that does end up counting. Five seconds left. Everybody going to climb. And it looks like are finished off with 256 for red and 199 on blue. Big scores once again, but it looks like red comes away with the win there. And I've got a question box, so I'll be right back. Just looking at what's causing the issues here with the lower FPS on the pack server. We'll see if we can get the resolve for the next match here. But it will still stand for this one.
Yeah, because I could see the lag even from spectator, which tells me it's actually quite bad.
We'll close that one down and get it up and running again. Just before we start this next match here. Pack should be back up there for you whenever you're able to do that, Dar. But we'll get this next match underway if you can multitask that way.
Yep, just start the other one, and I'll get the other one set up while that match is going.
Perfect.
Three, two,
Alrighty, here we go. No, maybe not. Something happened. Wrong people? What do you mean wrong people? Oh, somebody's in there who's not supposed to be in there? Let me make sure that everybody is supposed to be. Should be looking at Alex, Noah, and Abyss on red, which is correct. And Waldo, Mello, and Hexbug on blue. Everybody's there. What are we talking about? Good. Might have missed something there. Okay. Let's get this match underway for realsies this time.
3, 2, 1.
Everybody off to the races. 3 on for red. Look for that second for blue. Scoring that algae as well. Big lead right off the gates for blue here. Or for red, rather. Noah going for the... What did Waldo get fouled for? Oh, it's 2 robots sitting on this side of the field. It's like, what's happening? But yeah, red immediately going for those processor points, as they do not have a robot that can score in the net. That does give them the advantage, probably in coral scoring. Generally, higher scoring coral robots are going to be rust hounds. We'll see if that matters in this match, though. Seems to be working out thus far, with 151 to 68. Blue descoring all of those algae from their side of the field, or from their reef, so they can more easily score all of the coral that they would require for the RP here. Waldo sticking with that defense. Trying to make sure that they don't get any bounce backs from scoring all of these algae. Does mean that they're leaving them to score unhindered for the reef. Looks like they're just about finished with all of the L2 to 4. There's L1 left to go. 25 seconds left. As we're coming to the end of the match, we'll see if these robots can get up for the climb. Looks like it is going to be a red win, but we're not sure how many RPs they're going to get yet. Waldo looking for that climb block. Might have managed to do so, looks like. 239 for red, 147 for blue. Great job from them. Looks like it's going to be the 4 RP for red there. Got the auto bonus. Missing out on that Coral RP. Looks like it was the L1 that they took them there. And then only getting Parks in endgame here. Still great scores from both alliances. Hexbug being your highest scorer with 80. Followed by Abyss and Noah on red.
By the way, Hexbug does not appear to have any contrib in the sheet. Neither does
Ah.
Mellow.
We'll hopefully get Adam working on that if he's available. He's just fixing the RPs from match 1 there. But we'll get that working as soon as we can there. Just want to keep the matches going so that we don't fall even more behind. How are we looking for match number 6, I believe? No, 7. This is, right?
7, I think, yeah. Well, that was just 6. This will be 7. Yes.
Yes. Next match will be 7. Alrighty, we should be ready to go. As long as you have the camera set up, I can't see if you do. I'm messing up stuff.
We have the question boxes.
A question box. Hooray. Okay. I think we're back in action. We are on match 7 now. which should be Burst Freeze in Jeff and Parn versus Kaiju Duck and Parsley. Which, looks like they're ready to go. So, yeah, we'll get this match underway.
Three, two, one.
Everybody off to the races. 2 quick scores from blue, get the third in. Going for that algae already. Red doing the same. See if they can get this auto RP. Blue's one away. I think they managed to get that one. Red also maybe getting it. Didn't see on their side. Jeff immediately going to the other side of the field, looking for some steals off the reef. Goes for the lollipops instead. Picking up a coral off the ground. Those ones will not count. So I'm not exactly sure what he's planning to do with that, but we'll see what he ends up doing with it. Just drops it off. Looks like he's just accidentally picked that one up, going for those algae that are in the reef there. Ooh, gets fouled there off of the reef zone, it looked like. Or maybe it was launching one out of the field. I'm not sure if they added that one back in. I'll have to check at the end of the match. Blue with a big lead here in algae. Seems to be making up most of the difference in the score here. Both sides doing quite well with their coral, though. On track to get the RP for that. Duck coming over to steal a algae from the Red Alliance. Fortunately, does not go in, so might cause some problems. But Jeff does get a foul off of Duck for loitering too long in the dangerous territory. 40-point gap here now for the Blue Alliance. Working on those L1s and L2s, it looks like. 20 seconds left. Both alliances seem to have finished their coral RP, from what I can see. And should be looking to climb here pretty soon. 8 seconds. Everybody going to climb now. Jeff coming in for a park. Duck coming in for a park. It looks like that will be the match. 285 to 225. Big win here for the Blue Alliance. Looking at that score breakdown, it does seem that the most significant difference, well, they outscored on both fronts, actually, coral and algae. And climbs as well. So it does mean that they're going to get the 6 RP in that match. Red unfortunately misses out on the barge RP, so they're only going to get 2, but not bad at all from the Red Alliance. Very strong alliance. Save that match real quick. And we will get right on up to match number 8. Match number 8 is going to be Bront, Eric, and Tyler against Abyss, C, and Hexbug Master. Looks like everybody's in and almost moving. See if the Blue Alliance is alive. There we go. And let's get it going.
Three, two, one.
3 quick swords from Red. Blue getting their own in now. One more for red and they get that RP. Looks like they managed to do so. Not sure the blue managed to get the 6th on. Both alliances sticking to those L4s for now. But looks like Eric is scoring in the processor for the Red Alliance. Interesting strategy here. Usually you'd see one of these robots score on the net as the chill-out robot. But since they don't have anybody that's maybe versed in that robot, they're just going for the processor so that blue can't capitalize on those extra points that they have available to them. He's keeping it close here. Tied game, 149 each. Red now getting some bounce backs though, so this might become a advantage for them in the end. Having trouble because they pushed a coral in front of it though. Managed to get that out of the way. Let's see if they can start to abuse these bounce backs here. That one stays in. X-Bug Master probably has to go and play defense on this pretty soon, otherwise they're going to run away with this. Pulling ahead now 10 points. Blue Alliance working on those L2s and L1s. Same with red, just about ready to get the RP there. X-Bug Master is playing defense now on this algae cycling strategy that red has been implementing, but maybe a little bit too late here. Gap is now 20 points with 14 seconds left to go. They're going to have to rely on some missed climbs, I think, in order to make up this deficit. Two red robots up. It looks like one for blue. 240 blue, 263 for red. Let's see what kind of RPs they managed to get for this one. Looks like a 4 RP win for the Red Alliance, only getting that auto RP, and the blue getting the auto RP and Coral RP. Not managing to get the climb RP though, unfortunately. Highest score there is going to be Abyss from the Blue Alliance. Moving on over to match number 9. We have Alex Waldo and Birch Trees against Mello, Jeff, and Ebone. Just gonna make sure those are the right people, and then we will get underway. That seems to be correct, so we'll start this match right on up.
3, 2, 1.
Looks like Mello is a little bit out of sorts there. Maybe not used to being on that side, or changed camera angle unintentionally. Not sure. Either way, it does look like it's a blue win out of auto, 58 to 45 at the moment. Waldo immediately going for those algae, as we're used to seeing these chill-out robots go for. A little bit of a mishap on the Red Alliance, maybe missing a couple of coral here. We'll see if they can catch back up as blue extends their lead. Looks like a double possession fell on Birch. Might get another one here because it landed back inside of him. Seems that did end up happening. Blue just about finished with that L4. Looks like they're saving one more for the end of the match. Get a bit of a swing. Red doing the same. They got even a few of their L4s available for that, perhaps. Just about 40 seconds left, and there's 20-point lead for the 30-point lead now for Blue Alliance. Waldo now going to the other side of the field, stealing some of that algae. It's going to be maybe a little bit difficult for Blue to get this Coral RP without Waldo helping out with those L1s, though. We'll see how that works out for them. Ebone going for the climb first. Blue line's going quite late now. 3 seconds left. Alex is quite late here. We'll see if he can get up. 214 to 176 for red. A close match here. Looks like it was no climb RP, but a win for blue. And just the barge RP for the red alliance there. High score on that match being Birch on the blue alliance. Moving on over to match number 10. Looks like we got Noah, Jep, and JP, our two JPs, playing with each other against Kaiju, Joaquin, and Ebac. Looks like everybody's... Oh, maybe Noah's not supposed to hear here. Let me just check. Noah is supposed to be here. He's just not moving. There we go. Looks like we're ready to go, so let's get this match underway.
3, 2, 1.
Quick scores from everybody on blue. Getting up to that 5 corals already. Let's see if they can get another one on. Get that RP. Looks like they do so. Red as well. Looked like they got those 6 coral on.
Both alliances got that auto RP.
Love to see it. Close match so far. 86 to 89 right now. Joaquin already fighting for that algae on the opposite side of the field. Now working on his own side, taking that out of the reef here. Guy's just waiting a little bit for him here to pick it up, though. Might have delayed them a bit. Looks like red has more algae available to them. Let's see if they can use that to cash back up here, though. Because they are about 10 points behind. As Jep goes to the other side of the field, trying to steal those algae, I would assume. Ebac's doing a great job of picking those up so they can't do so. Really heads up play from Ebac there to make sure that Jep cannot take away that algae and score for themselves. Do end up getting one, looks like, here. But it did mean that they caught up a little bit. Now a 2-point game with red leading. Blue's just got L2s and L1s left to go. Red working on that L1s. Still got some L4s as well. Or maybe just one L4, hard to tell. See if they can manage to get that in the last 20 seconds. Still 10-point game. It's going to come down to climbs, it looks like, again. Jep throwing in those L1s for his team. Trying to get that bonus at the end. Noah and JP going to climb. Kaiju and Evac for red as well. And it looks like it's going to be a Red Alliance win there. 263 to 252. Massive score from both sides. Overfilling the reef. And it is going to be a 6 RP win for the Red Alliance. Blue walking away with 2 of their own, though. It's like they missed something on the coral side. Not sure which layer they didn't get the 9 on, but unfortunately did not count. Maybe they scored a ground one on one of the higher levels and didn't realize that the lollipop ones will not count at the moment. That being said, we're just about ready to start our next match. I'm just going to submit this one. And we'll move on over to match number 11, which is going to be Harn, Waldo, and Ebone against Abyss, Birch, and Eric. Make sure those are the right people. That's correct. And we'll get this one underway.
3, 2, 1.
Strong start from both alliances. Not missing any of their coral. Red looks like they're going to be getting the 2 algae and auto, though. Puts them ahead, 71 to 55. Immediately goes for that steal as well. Abyss double cycling for the Red Alliance. Trying to extend their lead here. Waldo fighting with Birch over that algae on their side. Birch manages to take one out of their reef zone to capitalize on that mistake, perhaps. Dangerous there for Birch to try and take that algae away from Waldo, but doesn't manage to get fouled for it, so it works out. Decides to just opt for a processor here. Maybe hoping that they'll bounce out a little bit more than they have thus far, but both stay in. That being said, it is a big gap for the Red Alliance, so 60 points now. As they're just finishing up their L2s, it looks like. Just about, or just finishing up L3s. A couple more L2s and L1s left to go. As I said, that Birch is going to throw on an L1, but realize there's still algae on the other side of the field to steal, so they're going over to fight for those, trusting his teammates to be able to get that coral RP. Eric and Abyss both strong scorers there. Blue line's doing quite well for themselves too. We've got lots of L1s, L2s. Looks like they're maybe missing just a couple more. See if they can get it in the last 30 seconds here. Red cleaned out one side of their station here, just working off of one with 15 seconds left. Abyss trying to descore a algae on the other side of the field. Gave up on that before it costed him a climb, though. The match coming to an end with a huge win for Red here, 285 to 205 for Blue. Have to see if they got all those climbs for that RP, though. Looks like they didn't get it, unfortunately. It's just going to be that 5 RP for the Red Alliance. The win are auto RP and coral RP. Blue Alliance did walk away with the auto RP and coral RP as well, though. Missing the barge RP, unfortunately, on their side. Taking a look at our rankings. Looks like we get Kaiju in first right now. He's a match down, but Assuming he keeps up his pace, he's going to stay in that number 1 position, followed up by Eric, Fit Parsley, and Joaquin in 4th. I think we're doing 6 alliances, so C and Abyss are also in picking position at the moment. Let's see if they can maintain those positions over the next few matches here. Alrighty, ready to go for match number 12, which will be X-Bugmaster, Noah, and Tyler on the Red Alliance against Alex, Jeff, and Joaquin on Blue. Just make sure everybody's ready to go and moving. Hopefully. One more to go to see if Alex is still here. Give him a few more seconds and then we'll get this underway. There we go. Alrighty.
3,
Match number 12.
1.
Red Alliance just about got that auto RP already. There we go. 6 of them. Blue maybe got it just at the end there.
Blue did not get it, unfortunately.
Missing out just a hair late on that last score. Unfortunately, it looked like. Alice going right for that processor, trying to get those bounce backs early. Red just finished up their L4s, now working on those L3s. Blue seems to be focusing a lot more on the coral than, or on the algae rather than the coral. Now switching back over to the coral side. That being said, it's a 40-point gap for the Red Alliance. Almost finished with those L2s now. Starting to work on those L1s as Hexbug Master is just finishing up those last few algae that are on their side of the field. Jeff working on some L1s for his alliance as well. Maybe realizing that they need a little bit of extra scoring capacity there to make sure they get that coral RP. 50 seconds left. And it's still a 50-point gap here for the Red Alliance, extending their lead. Now working on those L1s, trying to make sure that they can get that coral RP. Blue still missing a good number on the back there, but I think that's a strategy just to keep track of how many they still need to score. 15 seconds left and 40-point gap. I'm not sure that it's worth too much more to keep scoring this. They should probably just go for the climbs to make sure they can get the RPs. As they do so now, let's see if they can get up. As the match ends with 273 for red and 224 for blue. It's going to be 6 RP for that red alliance. Unfortunately, 0 for the blue. It's surprising to me. I thought they had the coral RP, but maybe missed one here and there. I'm not sure. And moving on to match number 13. Which is going to be, so there's no question box yet. C4678, Kaiju Jones, and Mello on the Red Alliance against Brunt, Duck, and JP7890 on blue. See, this is a pretty heavy favorite for the Red Alliance, with Kaiju on that side, but we'll see. See if blue can keep up with the Red Alliance. Looks like we're ready to go, so we'll start this match.
3, 2, 1.
Everybody off to the races. Scoring their first coral. Jep getting that algae and auto. Looks like he's going for the second as well. Quite consistent with his double algae plus coral score. Looks like a good auto, especially in the elim section of the event. Red now starting to work on their own algae. Mello getting that one up there. Just a couple more L4s for blue, which they're finishing up now. And they're going to start working on those L3s. And continue to take the lead, actually, here on in this match. Looks like that algae scoring is doing wonders for them thus far. Kaiju now doing a little bit of scoring into the processor. Maybe just trying to get rid of those before they become a problem for stealing from Jep here. Finishing up those L1s, or L2s rather. As Jep comes over to steal some algae, not finding any to do so though. They come right back and start doing some L1s, it looks like. Blues extended their lead here. Not by too much, but 10 or 15 points. It's gonna be an extra climb and end game that they don't necessarily have to hit in order to still win. That being said, all of Red Alliance now doing these L1s. See if Mello can grab this guy and pop it up there. That's what this robot is built to do, along with scoring that net algae. 6 seconds left. Everybody going to climb. It's a 5-0 game right now. Let's see who can get up and who doesn't. Oh, and catastrophe on the Blue Alliance here. Looks like climbs didn't count for them. Maybe a bump from Jep, or maybe there's just missed climbs. Couldn't really see from this angle. It's going to cost them the win there, it looks like. It's going to be a 6 RP win for the Red Alliance. And 2 RP for the Blue Alliance. Not managing to get those climbs, only 6 points. Triple park for the Blue Alliance. That was match number 13. Move it on to match number 14 now, which will be Hexbug, Joaquin, and JP against Ebone, Ebac, and Birch Trees. Looks like everybody is in and ready to go, so we will get this match underway.
3, 2, 1.
Joaquin not moving out of the gate, unfortunately. Looks like he's back now. Ready to go. Might have cost them the RP and auto, though, which was unfortunate for them. They're doing a excellent job scoring all these L4s. Just about finished with them now. E-Bone scoring in that net for the Blue Alliance. Ooh, foul on Hexbug Master there. Looks like he accidentally touched the cage for the Blue Alliance, which is going to give them an extra 6 points. Not going to help them catch back up from this almost 30 point deficit now. Blue working on those L2s, it looks like. Maybe a couple L3s left to go, but just about finished with that. With a minute 10 left in the match. E-Bone's still getting those algae up into that net, as he has a couple more to go on his side of the field. He said Hexbug Master's coming over to steal. Gets fouled for trying to... for cutting a little bit too close for that coral reef there. As they're fighting for that last algae on the Blue Alliance side. We'll see who ends up with it. Playing a little bit defense on burst trees as he does so. 30 seconds left. Still a 50-point gap now for the Red Alliance, or Blue Alliance. Red looks like they're missing just a couple of L2s and maybe 3 or 4 L1s. We'll see if they can get that. Not likely, though. Coming down to 5 seconds left here. JP coming really late for this climb. See if he can get up for this RP. It'll be 256 to 216. Red does make a comeback towards the end, so we'll see if that means Blue missed a climb here. Looks like that's not the case. They did manage to get the barge RP along with the win and coral RP. But Red doesn't walk home empty-handed either, getting the barge RP for themselves. Taking another look at these rankings. Still got Kaiju in first here. Followed by Eric close behind. Both perfect win rate so far, 4-0. C jumping up into third place now, followed by Abyss, Burst Trees, and Befit Parsley in your top 6. Swapping on over to match number 15. It's going to be Abyss, Bront, and Waldo versus Jeff, Kaiju, and Noah. Looks like everybody is just about ready to go. Just making sure Red's moving here. We'll get started. There we go.
3, 2, 1.
Quick scores from the Blue Alliance. Looking for that auto RP. See if they can still get that with a missed coral, though. Looks like they didn't quite get it, fortunately. Maybe they did, I'm not sure. We'll have to check out towards the end of the match here. Abyss doing some more double cycling here, trying to keep his team in the lead after auto there. It's still neck and neck, though, 1-point game. Noah doing some double cycling of his own, making sure to keep up with Abyss on the Red Alliance. Jeff and Waldo both going for those algae Ooh, double position foul from Abyss on the Red Alliance. Fortunate to see there. It's hard to get to the other side and still score for in the time that is available for the double possession. That does put Blue ahead by 6 points here. See if they can keep that up as Jeff puts one into the processor and decides to go and steal from the other side of the field now. Blue just finishing up with those L2s, it looks like, and managed to get a good number of L1s on there as well, with 30 seconds remaining. Both teams kind of finished up with their coring oh my goodness, coral scoring capabilities. Still a couple of algae left on the field, though. We'll see if those get picked up and scored in the last 15 seconds here. 10 seconds left, and nobody's going for climbs. It's quite late to push these climbs. We know people have been missing them. Red needs to push a little bit more, though, it looked like, to try and guarantee that win. Or try and have a chance of that win, but 285 for Blue to 256 for Red. See what the difference was in that last match. Big scores for both teams. Going to be a 5 RP win for the Blue Alliance. Still Red getting 3, though, even though they lost. Getting that auto RP, which Blue did not manage to get. And it looks like the main difference there was the... it's kind of everything, but a little bit more algae than anything else, it seems. That was match 15. We're going to move on to match 16 now, which is going to be Duck, Emac, and Eric against Alex, JP, and Mello. And looks like everybody's moving / going around, so we'll get this one underway.
3, 2, 1.
I missed there from Mello. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe camera in the wrong direction. But it might cost him the auto RP, looks like. Not sure if that one counted. That was still falling. Might have only gotten the 5 on. That being said, Red off to a huge lead at the beginning. 40 points almost already. Duck doing an excellent job of scoring those algae into the net right off the bat. Big lead in that right away. Alex trying to abuse that by getting some bounce outs, but didn't manage to get the first one that he scored in there. Right, just about finished with that L4 section. They got one more left. Looks like they're gonna leave that to later, though. Duck continuously scoring on this barge here is doing an excellent job of picking those all up. Just about clear of algae on the field with a minute 15 left to go. We're on the Blue Alliance. Let's see who ends up with it as Duck goes to steal it. Oh, that was scary. Almost got fouled there, but Jeff did manage to walk away with the extra algae there. That being said, it is a growing gap between Blue and Red here. Ebac and Eric doing an excellent job of scoring. Alex and Mello just can't keep up, it seems. 70-point lead here for Red. Duck now coming back, looking to score some L1s for the Red Alliance, looks like. With 30 seconds remaining. Red is well on track to get this Coral RP. We'll see if they can Get the last couple L1s that they're going to need for that. Blue missing out on a good number of L2s, it looks like. It's their main ones are missing. Being said, 7 seconds left, and everybody's going to climb now. Quite late for Mello. Don't think he's going to be able to make it up, unfortunately. 180 for blue to 262 for Red Alliance there. It's going to be a 6 RP for the Red Alliance. Blue, unfortunately, not being able to get any of those RPs. But good contribution scores, though. As Eric is the MVP of that match with 111. Followed just behind by his teammate Eback. Like a clean match once again, so we're going to move on to match number 16 in just a second. Sorry, we're one match behind on the streams. That was match 16. We're moving on to match 17. Match 17 is going to have Bront, JP, and Parn against C, Tyler, and Waldo. Looks like everybody's in and moving, so we will get this one underway.
3, 2, 1.
Everybody off to the races. Looks like red just about got their RP for auto, looks like. Not sure that blue managed to get theirs. The last score might have been just a tad late for them.
Both alliances get auto RP.
Oh, they do? Excellent. Always good to see. Red Alliance immediately going for those algae as they don't have a net scoring robot on their side, so they're going to try and overflow the processor as quickly as they can and get these algae out of the way so that the opposing alliance can't abuse it too much. Red already doing an excellent job filling up their reef here. Looks like they're just about finished with that L3. And now working on the L2s and L1s that they're going to need for that RP. Parn just piling in those algae into that processor is giving them a huge advantage here. I think blue probably needs to play defense on this if they want to have a chance of winning this match here. But perhaps they're working on their own RPs before worrying about the opponents here. They are close to their own, giving lots of L1s here. Looks like maybe just a couple L2s that they're missing to get that RP. L3s as well, perhaps.
Event high score potential here. Look at this.
Yeah, 270 already with 25 seconds left, and triple climbable robots is going to be a big score if they can all get up. They're maybe a little bit short on the L1s. I think they need a couple of them still to get that RP. Let's see if they can manage that. I think they just got it just now. See if they can all get all the climbs up. With a huge score here of 319. Looks like they maybe missed a climb or two here on the Red Alliance. To 246 on the Blue Alliance. Yeah, only got the one climb, unfortunately, there for the red. Not going to be enough for that RP. They do walk away with the event high score and 5 RP of their own.
Did Parn hit 111 doing algae alone?
Yeah, it's something you got to really watch out for. If there's a good cycle and they keep bouncing back right towards you, they can definitely score really high with that. got to be on top of that if they're going to try and cycle the algae like this. That being said, Blue didn't score any algae in the of their own, so actually they might have actually at the beginning. I don't remember. None in the processor, at least. So they had a lot in their own barge, make it easier for the bounce backs. Looking at the rankings once more, Kaiju is still in that #1 position. Eric right behind him, 1 RP short, followed by C still in 3rd, and then Ebac, Buffet Parsley, and Birch Trees in the rest of your picking positions. We'll see if they can maintain those for the last few matches here before we go into alliance selection. We are moving on with match number 18. It's going to be Duck, Hexbug Master, and Jeff against Abyss, Ebac, and JP. And looks like everybody's in here. Ready to go. So we will start this match.
3, 2, 1.
Everybody off to the races. Looks like Jeff, unfortunately, missing that algae is going to chase it across the field. Picks up a lollipop coral, but he doesn't want those. Those are not going to count for points in this event, unfortunately. Even despite that, they managed to keep the lead and get the auto RP here. Duck now working on those double cycles, trying to make sure they keep up with this Blue Alliance, which has some strong scorers here. Ebac, Abyss, and JP, or Jep, all known for being quite good at, or being high score contributors. Looks like there might be an issue with Hexbug Master here. I'm not sure what's going on there. Either lagging a bit or controller DC or something. I'm not sure. Let's see. Hopefully they can come back from that. Jeff working on some processor points here for the Red Alliance. Getting some bounce backs going. As Jeff goes to the other side of the field to try and steal these algae that are left about by the Red Alliance. 45 seconds left, and a 50 to 60 point lead for the Blue Alliance, depending on what time you say. Looks like they're working on those L1s, just about to get that Coral RP. We'll see if they manage to do so. 1 short looks like. They can get 1 more on there, and it looks like they got it. 25 seconds left. They are looking to go for climbs here already for Red Alliance. Blue taking it a little bit late here. Going for it now. Just trying to lock in those RPs, it looks like. Jeff putting 1 last one on as he goes to park. And it looks like Blue got the 6 RP there. We'll see if that is the case, though. Unfortunately not. It looks like they missed out on those climbs 1 more time. Went a little bit too late for it. And only got the 1 climb. Red does get their own barge RP, though. The one that Blue missed. And that'll be match number 17. Correct. That was 18, not 17. That is what I meant. We're almost there. And in this match, hopefully going to be a banger here. We got Alex, Kaiju, and Paran against C, Ebone, and Joaquin. Should be another high scoring match. We'll see if they can maybe beat that event high score that was just set of 319 on the same field. All right, just waiting for everybody to be moving. Looks like they are ready to go. And we will start this match up.
3, 2, 1.
3 quick scores from the Red Alliance. Interesting pathing here from Parn, making sure to get out of Kaiju's way. Ooh, unfortunate miss there from Kaiju. I think they still got the, yeah, it looks like they still got the auto RP for that though.
Red did. Blue
Looks like
did not.
they're
Yeah.
unfortunate for Blue there, but Red did manage to do so. Looks like Red's immediately going for the same strategy that earned the last event high score, which is the triple coral scoring and then throwing in those algae into the processor rather than net scoring, which does earn you more points. It is 6 points, but it also scores for the 4 points for the other alliance, assuming it stays in the net. So it relies heavily on these bounce backs and a lot of early scoring, which might work out for them. We'll see. It is 160 points already with a minute 15 left to go. And it's going to be a penalty on Parn, though. Another one on Parn. Maybe taking a little bit too much liberty here, realizing how far ahead they are. Manages to get that one into the processor. Going back for another steal.
Joaquin playing really smart, putting all the algae in the far end of the net there.
Yeah, learning from the previous match.
To reduce the number of bounce outs potentially.
Ooh, unfortunate from C, it looked like. Getting caught on that robot and pulled into these fouls. They're just trading fouls at this point. They're both in each other's zones. So we'll see what happens here. Neither of them are necessarily required to reset, but it is something. Ebone, unfortunately, getting fouled at the end there too. Those fouls might put them ahead of the previous high score, not for their own points, but
Or you
looks
just
like
tie it.
Was it 319 or was it 318? I don't remember.
I thought it was 19. Let me check. It was 319.
It was 319. Blue just wanted to make sure that they could tie the event high score there. Gave them a few extra fouls at the end. Okay, let's just check RPs here. Looks like it's going to be 6 RP for red. And 1 moment while I check on Climb D for blue. Looks like it was not the case. C never touched his own cage, so there's no Climb D, which means no RP for the Blue Alliance there. So that match will stand as is. Alrighty, we're going on to our last match, I believe. Match number 20,
That's correct.
which is going to be JP, Birch, and Tyler against Eric, Mello, and Noah. And right after this, we're going to go straight into a line selection with maybe a minute break. So just everybody who's up there in the rankings, like Kaiju, and Eric's in this match, so we can't do much about that, but try and have your picks ready as we will be starting promptly. Alrighty, let's get this one underway.
3, 2, 1.
Fast 3 scores for the Red Alliance. All 3 hit their seconds. They are going to get that RP. Well, that was close. Almost every robot got 3 coral in that match. It's almost a 9 coral auto from Red, which earned them a big lead out of auto.
No surprise, both alliances got the auto RP.
Yeah, both very strong alliances here. So despite Red doing so well, Blue is keeping up just fine. Only a few points between these two right now. And again, an interesting strategy here. Red going for triple Barker. And Blue going for blanking on their name again.
1778.
1778. I was like 1678. That's not it. Looks like Mello's going for those algae here. Something's maybe stuck in their robot there. It's not managing to come out. There we go. Oh, Birch, that was really sketchy from you, but got away with it, so I guess it's fine. Mello seems to be a little bit struggling with these algae here. Maybe good to see Eric or Noah put some into the processor, just so they don't have too much overflow. Also good adaptation. Looks like Mello's going to play defense on the processor instead. Does mean that they're going to lose a scoring robot, but if they can manage to score their own algae like they are now, they might be able to get back into this one with some bounce outs. Ooh, foul on Mello, though, is going to make it a little bit harder for them to reach once again. Still reachable, though. It's still 10-point gap. With lots of algae still left to score. They're looking for a couple more L2s to get this RP, it looks like. And then they are going to try and get these climbs. 10 seconds left. Everybody's still scoring, not even thinking about climbing yet. Eric, Tyler, Birch, everybody going for climbs at the last moment here. Looks like it's going to be a 304 win for the Red Alliance to 281. What a great last match of quals. Huge scores from all sides. And it does mean that Eric is going to only get 1 RP for that match, which might bring him down in the rankings. We'll see how that is in just a moment. But it is 5 RP for the Red Alliance, which is going to help out. I think Birch is the highest on their alliance. Main difference there being the algae of 90 to 86, which is not much at all. I guess Birch is actually the most difference. Missed a climb on the Blue Alliance. 2 robots over 100 points on Blue as well. Quite impressive from them. All right, that being said, that match will stand, and we will go to alliance selection in just a couple minutes' time. So everybody get ready for your picks. Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to start with our alliance selection. Let's see who's on top of the rankings. Looks like Kaiju did manage to keep his first position. So we're going to bring Kaiju in here, and then we're going to go non-serpentine, I believe.
Correct.
1 through 6. We're going to do 6 alliances, and then 1 through 6 again. So first up, got Kaiju. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Kaiju Jones ranked first with 5.67 ranking score.
Hello.
Welcome, Kaiju. Your Alliance 1 captain, who would you like to select as your first partner?
I would like to select Noah Polwig as my first pick.
Noah.
Noah
Here we go.
ranked 12th with a ranking score of 3.17.
Hello, Noah. You've been selected by Kaiju Jones to join him on the first alliance. Would you like to accept?
Yes, please.
Hey.
Perfect. We will give you in a voice call in just a second.
Huzzah. Thank you very much.
I forgot how to do that. 1 second.
Oh wait, is this 6 or 7 alliances?
6.
I forgot.
6
It is
alliances.
6. Okay.
Wait.
Thank you.
We do not have enough
6,
people for
6
7.
I'm funny.
We'll just go to general sim lobby for now.
Yeah, if you want to
Thank you.
hop out for just a second. That one. That worked? Yay. 1. Okay. Next up, rank number 2, we got Eric. 9033.
With 28
Hello, Eric.
RP and a ranking score of 4.67.
You're the Alliance 2 captain. Who would you like to select as your first partner?
I would like to select Abyss 1792.
Abyss 1792 ranked 7th with a ranking score of 4.17.
Hello, Abyss. You've been selected by Eric to join him on Alliance 2. Would you like to accept?
I would like to respectfully decline.
Ooh, okay.
Abyss declines, perhaps banking on the ability to pick himself later on down the line. See if that ends up happening.
All right. So then let's hold up. Give me a moment here. I gotta check something.
No problem at all. Lots of great options still available, but it's good to always check
All right.
robot compatibility and things like that too.
I'd like to select JP, the Befit Parsley variation.
That one's PLWG, right?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
JP ranked 5th with a ranking score of 4.17.
Welcome, JP. You've been selected by Eric to join him on Alliance 2. Would you like to accept?
Okay. See, I could do something really funny here, and if I decline, Abyss doesn't get to play. Would that
Well,
be mean?
because I mean, can I say that my next pick would also still be a captain, and so he'd still play?
You can say whatever you want, but
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean it.
Okay, I guess I'll accept.
Alrighty.
All
Good
right.
luck in your matches.
Yep.
Well, they didn't like their PC, I guess.
Yep.
Alrighty. That means. Oops.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. If you know how to do that, that'd be great. I was under
think
the
you just
impression it
have
was
to
copy
type it.
paste.
I don't know. I thought so too, but last time I did this, it didn't work, so I just typed it. He's not 22 though; he's 33, and he picked.
He picked
Who did he just pick?
the fit
JP.
parsley. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why Noah's darkened out, but that's fine.
Because he was selected. Oh, you mean in the
Up
thing?
there, yeah.
Oops. There we go. That means our alliance captain for Alliance 3 is going to be Paran.
Ranked third with a ranking score of 4.33.
Oh. Hi.
Welcome,
Hello.
Paran. You're Alliance captain of Alliance
Okay,
3.
wait.
Who would you like to
Let me
select as your
let me-
first
let me-
partner?
Let me look at the sheet really quick. I honestly wasn't paying attention.
Baran.
I'm sorry. You know what? Fine. I'll just go with JP. JP's the play.
Which one?
Oh.
The
Benefit
fit parsley,
parsley.
JP. He has already been chosen.
Oh wait, was he just picked? Oh
He was
shoot.
just picked.
I think I'm gonna pick up eBack 9005.
EBAC 9005 is ranked fourth with a ranking score of 4.17.
Hello, Ebac. You've been
What's up?
selected by Paran to join him on the Alliance 3. Would you like to accept?
You know what? I accept.
Nice.
Excellent. Move these guys to their own voice channel. And we'll move on to our fourth Alliance captain, which will be Birch Tree. Welcome, Birch. You are the Alliance 4 captain. Who would you like to select as your first pick?
Give me just a moment, please.
A moment is being given.
I think I'm gonna go with Bront.
Bront.
Bront 3620 is ranked ninth with a ranking score of 3.33.
Welcome, Bront. You've been selected by Birch Trees, the Alliance captain of Alliance 4.
Hello. I would like to accept his invitation.
Awesome. Good luck in elimination. Oops, that was the wrong one. There we go. Alrighty. Next up is going to be Abyss. Who is here?
Okay.
Welcome, Abyss.
I will
You're
be
the fifth Alliance captain. Who would you like to select to join your alliance?
on behalf of each of JP's roles and my favorite femboy Noah, I'll be selecting Duck.
Duck is ranked 10th with a ranking score of 3.33.
Welcome, Duck. You've been selected by Abyss, the Alliance captain of Alliance 5. Would you like to select? Or would you like to accept, rather?
Yeah, I accept.
Perfect. That means that the sixth Alliance captain will be C4678. Welcome, C.
Oh my gosh,
You are
hi.
the sixth Alliance captain. Who would you like to select to join you?
Okay, sorry, let me mute the stream. So just going through the list here, I see. Wait, no, they removed Dar's name. Okay, that removed my
Dang it.
entire strategy. That's so. All right, okay, that threw my whole spiel. I had a whole like 10-minute essay that I had written out. You know, all being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I get to play with Dar. Like this is like the moment of my life. I'm so excited. But you know, it's fine. It's okay. We're doing okay. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, seriously, I would like to pick Alex.
Alex
If that's allowed.
1629, ranked 15th, with a ranking score of 2.5.
Hello, Alex. You've been selected by C4678 to join him on the 6th Alliance. Would you like to accept?
I would.
Alrighty, good luck in elims.
Thank you.
If I can drag you that far.
I could just click.
Alrighty. That means we've gone through the first round of picking, 1 through 6. We'll go right back up to Alliance 1, which is going to be Kaiju Jones and Noah for their second pick here. Over there a little far, so let me just move this real quick. Welcome, Kaiju.
Getting picked again already? Hold up.
Oh. Not quite ready to pick, it seems.
So let's see.
Give him just a second.
Okay, I'm ready. Just wanted to confirm.
Welcome back. Who would you like to select as your third robot?
For my third robot, on behalf of Noah Polwig and myself, we would like to invite Jeff to the first alliance.
Jeeve 2718, ranked 14th, with a ranking score of 2.5.
Welcome, Jeff. You've been selected by Kaiju Jones and Noah to join them on the first alliance. Would you like to accept?
I will accept.
Run back call 15.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much.
It's everybody lonesome. All right, that means we're going on to Alliance 2, which is Eric and Befit Parsley. Welcome, Eric. Who would you like to select as your third robot?
Give me one more second to say something to JP.
Sure. I will drag you back then.
Yeah.
Oh, JP's gone. Welcome back, Eric. Who would you like to select as your second partner?
Thank you for that. I'd like to select the other JP, Jep 6559.
JP 7890, ranked 13th, with a ranking score of 2.67.
Welcome, Jeff. You've been selected by the second alliance, who has Eric and Befit Parsley, the other GP. Would you like to accept?
I would like to accept.
Alrighty, good luck in eliminations. It's going to mean our third alliance captain, Parn, will come back for his second selection. Welcome,
Well,
Parn.
wait, who just got picked?
The other
Just got
JP.
picked. You're picking.
Good. On
Oh, I
behalf
see.
of me and Ebec, we would like to go with the sleeper pick, Tyler.
Tyler 1334 is ranked 11th, with a ranking score of 3.17.
Welcome, Tyler. You've been selected by the third alliance of Parn and Ebac. Would you like to accept?
I would like to gratefully accept. Thank you.
Alrighty. Good luck in your elimination matches.
Thank you.
Alliance 4 Captain Birch Trees will now bring back for their third robot. Welcome, Birch. Who would you like to select as your third robot?
We would like to select.
You cut out there.
You cut out there. What did you say?
We would like to select E-Bone.
Ebone.
Ebone is ranked 20th with a ranking score of 1.5.
Hello, Ebone. You've been selected by the Alliance 4, which is Birch Trees and Bront. Would you like to accept?
I gratefully accept.
Good luck in your elimination match. And we're going to bring back Abyss. Welcome back, Abyss. Who would you like to select as your third robot?
On behalf of Alliance 5 and 410-180, I would like to select Joaquin Rogman.
Joaquin 9280 is ranked 14th, or ranked 16th, sorry, with a ranking score of 2.33.
Welcome, Joaquin. You've been selected by Alliance 5, which is Abyss and Duck. Would you like to select? Would you like to accept, rather?
Yeah, I graciously accept.
Perfect. Good luck in your matches. And this comes down to our last selection of the event. So thank you, everybody who's playing. And if you didn't get picked, that's okay. We still have lots of events to run. With Championship next weekend and many other styles of events coming up just after that. So make sure to stick around, even if you don't get selected here. That being said, we're going to bring back C for their final selection. Welcome back, C. Who would you like to select as your third robot?
As my third robot, I would like to select X-Bug Master.
X-Bug Master ranked 17th with a ranking score of 2.83. Or 1.83. I can read.
Welcome, Hexbug Master. You've been selected by the 6th Alliance, which is C4678 and Alex1629. Would you like to accept?
I accept.
Perfect. Good luck in your elimination matches.
Thank you. So how's it going?
Alrighty, so that concludes our Alliance selection. Again, thank you everybody for playing, and we will get underway with the elims bracket in about 5 minutes here at 6 o'clock. So we'll get everybody ready and go, and get started up right away. Alrighty, welcome back to the Clyde event. We're now underway with elimination matches. We do have 6 alliances in this event, so we are going to start from match 2 here and then jump to match 4 because Alliance 1 and Alliance 2 will get a bye for playing against Alliance 8 and 7, which do not exist. So that being said, we're going to go straight into the match with Alliance 4v5, which is going to be Birch, Brunt, and Ebone against Abyss, Joaquin, and Duck. Alrighty, we're going to get right underway. Just as soon as people are good. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right, first playoff match underway. We got same robot compositions as we're used to in quals. Looks like Ebone going straight for that algae, so does Joaquin.
Almost a 4 coral auto from Abyss.
Oh. Yeah, Birch getting stuck on the reef here. Ebo's trying to save him, but it's not working out for them so far. Just gonna have to tank the reset there. Unfortunately, that does mean that they're going to be down almost 40 points now. Both teams scoring furiously for those coral and algae. Bront having to knock that coral into the right position after he put it in the wrong spot and getting a possession foul, unfortunately, for that one as well. Ebo knocked a couple of algae to the other side, but gets a foul for it. Somewhat unintentional, it seemed like, but worked out for him. 27-point lead for the Blue Alliance right now. Blue Alliance just finishing up that L3, it looks like. Moving on to those L2s and a couple of L4s at the back. Even going over to steal from the Blue Alliance. Though he has a couple of his own, he's just trying to get the edge there, as Joaquin does the same for Blue. Birch a little bit stuck on the reef again, but manages to get himself unstuck. Blue continuing to increase their lead here. 219 to 180 now. Just about finished with those L2s on the Blue Alliance. Going to start working on those L1s. Just trying to get as many points as they can. Red's still got 1 algae left to go. Looks like Ebone's going to go and play defense maybe now, though. If you can manage to block a couple of climbs here, then it would be really big for them. Base goes really early. 15 seconds even for a climb. Makes sense, though, when they're 40 points up. Ebone's just going to bump into Joaquin here and try and get the park at the end. And that'll be our first elimination match. It'd be 270 for the Blue Alliance to 218. Alliance 5, I believe, pulling out the upset there after the bit of a catastrophe there from Birch getting stuck on the reef in just out of auto. That score will stand. And looks like the bot is not very happy, so we might just have to do this manually, but that's okay. Let me just pull up this sheet so I can put those numbers in. $218 for red and $270 for blue. Alrighty. That means we're going to move on to our next match, which is going to be Alliance 3 versus 6. Should be just up on here on the Manfield. Looks like they're just hopping in now. Give them a second to do so. Alliance 2 has Eric, Befit Parsley, and Jep. And they're going to be facing off against Alliance 6, which is... Oh, no, it's Alliance 3 versus Alliance 6, not Alliance 2. Sorry. Alliance 3, which is Par and Evac and Tyler against Alliance 6, which is C, Alex, and Hexbug Master. Looks like everybody's in. We're just going to wait for everybody to be moving and ready to go. Looks like we are good to go, so let's get this match underway. Alliance 3 versus Alliance 6. See if they can get another upset here. Early miss here from Tyler. It's going to cost them maybe a little bit. Big scores from both sides. Blue coming out on top by just a couple points. Red coming right back, though. Interesting that Blue doesn't have a net scoring capability. A net score on their robot, on their side, rather.
A net score on the robot? Yeah.
Net score on the robot, of course, yeah.
Technically true.
Yeah, indeed. I think this is really good from Tyler, though. He's playing in front of their processor so that Blue can't score in it. And Hexbug Master's just kind of hanging around, doesn't really have anything to do because of that. It's also going to eventually lead to the Blue Alliance running out of places to score without having to de-score all these and giving Tyler more ammunition to fill up his own net with. Alex getting a penalty there. Unfortunately, not going to help them. Now decided to de-score all of those algae. It's going to give Tyler a lot of options here in scoring opportunities, but see if they can capitalize on that. Hexbug Master decides to put himself to use and go onto the other side of the field in order to play some defense. Keeping a little bit closer. Still a 25-point lead for the Red Alliance. Alex manages to sneak one in behind Tyler as he was busy scoring. Oh, what a play from Tyler. He managed to knock a algae in that was just about to fall off so that it still counted, even though Alex put it into the processor. 25 seconds left, and Red has a significant lead here. We'll see if they can convert it with the climbs. Blue does have an extra climb, so they do have a little bit extra there. See, sneaking in behind, manages to score one, 10 seconds left. Still about a 30-point lead, so Red's going to have to miss these climbs in order for Blue to have a chance. 1 second left, and unfortunately, it looks like Blue missed some climbs as well. Looking at those match results, they did indeed. They only got Parks that time around. So it's going to be 174 for Blue and 231 for Red. That's okay, though. They still have another opportunity in the lower bracket to fight for another chance and stay in the event. That being said, we're going to go up to our winners bracket once more and check out Alliance 1 versus Alliance 5. On the pack field, which we are just about ready for. We're waiting on Alliance 5 still to get in there. Just going to be Abyss, Duck, and Joaquin. And then, in case you forgot, we're going against Alliance 1, which is Kaiju Jones, Noah, and Jeff. I'm just going to go poke them, make sure they know they're going, because the bot is not going to be pinging people right now. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, they're hopping in now. Give them just 1 second to make sure they're all warmed up and ready to go. And we'll see how this match goes. Jeff maybe taking some hints from the last match that you just watched, prepping for that the park defense plus algae scoring. Alrighty, and then as soon as Duck starts moving, we'll get this underway. Just want to make sure everybody's good to go. All right, and here we go. It's Alliance 1 versus Alliance 5. See if Alliance 5 can make an upset here against Alliance 1. Great start for Alliance 1. Getting 7, almost 8 coral in auto. It's going to put them well in the lead, almost 20 points there. Now it's going down to a algae battle between Joaquin and Jeff. We'll see who ends up winning that. Noah stealing one of those that was knocked over by Joaquin and throwing it into that
Processor.
station processor. There we go. My brain was not processing fast enough to.
I see what you did there.
Yep. Joaquin now trying to steal one of those algae, bring it on back, but Noah's doing a great job playing this defense here. Trying to keep him from doing so. It's going to probably bring them down slightly lower early on, but these alliances are both very strong scorers, so I can't imagine they're going to not be able to finish these reefs, even if they do spend a bit of extra time playing defense. And it allows Jeff here to go for some steals, maybe. I think it's a good idea to go and snag these, which will give him an extra. Ooh, got a foul for it, though. Double possession on Abyss right back, though. Gives him the extra points. Jeff's blocking that processor availability, so with 50 seconds left to go, there is no more algae on the field. Looks like Jeff is opting to play defense rather than assisting with those L1s, trusting his alliance to be able to properly do so. Might work out for them. Blue's running out of coral on the other station. They only got 3 left. We'll see if they can manage to use that. Duck does manage to grab one through the defense, though. 20 seconds left. There's a 20-point gap for the Red Alliance as well. They're running out of places to score these L1s, trying to sneak a couple more in, but not many places to do so. Abyss grabbing that last one and going for the climb with 5 seconds left. They're going to need some double missed climbs from the Red Alliance. Let's see what happens. Doesn't happen. So 267 for red there and 241 for blue. Great match. We'll check out the scoreboard here. Looks like it was mostly a coral deficit there, along with the barge points as well. Red missed one and blue missed 2 climbs, it looks like. So blue is definitely a strong contender. Could have definitely taken the win away from Alliance 1 here, but they will go down to the lower bracket and fight for their chance to come back and win it from there. Our next match is going to be First time seeing Alliance 2. It's going to be Alliance 2 versus Alliance 3 here. Looks like we don't have either in the field right now, so I'm just going to go and make sure they're ready to go. Looks like they're maybe hopping in now, actually. Alliance 2 is captained by Eric and has Befit Parsley and Jep, the two JPs, along with him. And then Alliance 3, which they're going to be facing, is Parin, Ebac, and Tyler. We'll see if they can get the upset here on Alliance 2. And after this, we'll have a chance to see Alliance 5v6 again for a final elimination between those two. We'll see how that goes. It should be interesting to know kind of where everybody stands that way. Both did quite well in their first match, but maybe got a little bit unlucky. And then are coming back to face each other. Looks like everybody's in the server. Just going to make sure everybody's moving, ready to go. Alrighty, let's get this match underway. Alliance 2 versus 3 right here.
3, 2, 1.
All robots are moving and scoring right off the bat. Little mishap on the Blue Alliance, but manages to dump one in the L1. It's going to be the lead for the Red Alliance here, 69 to 57. Keeps changing, but Red lead. Red almost finished with that L force already. Just got a couple more to go. As Jep is working fast and furiously on those algae, trying to win that algae battle as the Blue Alliance is a couple short. Eric doing an excellent job throwing in one of those processor algae that manages to bounce back out. It's given them a good lead here, just over 20 points. Parr now shoving in some algae of his own, getting some bounce backs as well. Gets another one. This is excellent from Parn. If he can keep abusing this, I think he should kind of forego doing a lot at the moment. Jep is coming back to play some defense on this, though. And as that happens, Parn gives up on that, goes back to doing his regular scoring. Still about a 25-point lead for the Red Alliance. See if they can continue this till the end of the match. Jep going to steal some algae, but manages, but gets fouled by Ebac there, it looked like. Does grab it, but not sure that was necessarily worth it for the foul. We'll see, though. Tyler should put this in the processor, hopefully. And hopefully it bounces out as well. It's probably their only option right now to abuse this bouncing algae. They can get it in one more time, and Red misses a couple climbs. They definitely have opportunity here. Ooh, a few points between these two teams. Let's see if Red can get up. If they climb, then they guarantee it. Oh, that was close. Blue missed a climb there at the end, but only a couple points if they manage to get up on that one. And it's going to be a Red Alliance win, 255 to 242. Sending the oh, you have a question box maybe? Oh no, that's somebody else. Other side of the bracket that's having questions. Sending Alliance 3 to the lower bracket there. Alrighty. Next up, we got Alliance 5 versus Alliance 6 elimination bracket. Or elimination losers bracket, rather.
Elimination bracket. Yes.
Elimination bracket. The whole thing is the elimination bracket. Which means whoever loses this is out of the competition. High stakes here for these two alliances. We'll see who comes out on top. Looks like everybody is good to go. For a reminder of the alliances, this is Abyss, Duck, and Joaquin on the Red Alliance, and C, Alex, and Hexbug Master on the Blue Alliance, which is 5v6. All right, let's get this one underway.
Three, two, one.
Off to the races as all red robots and blue robots score their first coral. Each get a algae into the net as well. Let's see if red gets an extra one. Doesn't manage to do so, but wins out on the extra coral, meaning they get a 10-point bonus, or up 10 points rather, over the Blue Alliance here. But Alex and C are no slouches. They're very fast scorers themselves, so they should be able to make this back up if they're playing well. Hexbug Master goes to the other side of the field to try and steal. At the same time, Joaquin does the same. C does a great job of just bumping Joaquin here and there, making sure that he can't really get out. Kind of stuck on this side of the field, but manages to find a way out through the defense there. It's a lead for the Red Alliance. As Joaquin comes back, trying to stop Hexbug Master from stealing. Almost gets a foul there, but works out for him. C going for a processor. Squeezes it in just in time. See if it bounces out. Doesn't do so. Joaquin is really close to getting fouls here, but working out for him so far. Hexbug Master threatening to touch him if he goes for the algae that's in the barge zone. Still a 30-plus point lead for the Red Alliance here, though. 40 plus. We'll see if Blue can make this back up. It looks like they're going to need some climb defense or missed climbs from the Red Alliance. And a bit of a catastrophe on the loading station there, where they just can't manage to pick one up because there's so many in front of it. 10 seconds left, 40-point gap. Foul on Joaquin, but I don't think that's going to be enough to make up that gap, unfortunately. 267 for your Red Alliance to 204 for the Blue Alliance. Does mean that we're going to say goodbye to our Alliance number 6, captained by C4678, with his first pick of Alex 1629 and Hexbug Master. Thank you guys for playing. You guys did great, as long as there's no question box. And hope to see you guys at Champs if you're available next weekend. Oops. All right. Next up, we're going to have Alliance 3v4. See if we can get an upset here. Right now, so far, it's only been red wins, except for our very first match. Looks like we're just waiting on the Alliance 3 to get in. R and Eback and Tyler, 1334. live streaming something real quick. So let me just go push him along. Alrighty, everybody's in the server. Let's see how this match goes.
Three, two, one.
Alliance 3v4. Fast start for all of them. Ooh, missed from Tyler, though. It's going to cost them maybe a little bit here. Does manage to get that algae in, though. Looks like it's pretty well even out of auto. Knocks an algae out of the field early, though. Seems like it was unintentional, but might cost them later on. One less algae in play. Blue comes out with the early lead. Going for that triple coral cycling right now. Ebo now going over for the algae that's left in the reef. Scores it into the barge. Red now doing some of their own algae scoring to try and keep up with the blue algae that have been going into the net. Close game still, as Tyler is now putting them into the processor, trying to get some bounce backs. Hasn't gotten one yet, but if he does get one, it'll definitely be big. Team bump there between Ebac and Tyler. Makes him drop it in the L1, but like I said before, it'll probably not matter in the end. They're both expected to fill the reef, so shouldn't be too different there. Ebone putting his own into the processor, and it bounces out, which is a great sign for them. Means they got 6 points there rather than 2. Tyler now going over to put it in his own processor, but gets defended by Birch. Oh, goes around the world and baits Birch into getting a foul. Puts it in the processor as well. If it bounces out, it could be really good for them. Doesn't do so. Still close match. 8-point difference, 10 points now. Birch is now playing defense on Baron. Trying to stop this Red Alliance from scoring anything else into that L1. Everybody going for climbs. Tyler throwing those into L1. Oh, and it comes down to climbs again. 261 for blue. Upset on the Alliance 3 here. Who got the 251. 10-point gap. Really close here. It does unfortunately mean that we are saying goodbye to Alliance 3, which was captained by Parn with the first pick of Ebac and third robot Tyler 1334. Thank you guys for playing, and good luck in any of your future events if you choose to. Alrighty, we're moving on to our next match, which is going to be a rematch, I believe, of first match we played, which is going to be 4v5. Last time 5 walked away with a win here. We'll see if they can do so again. It was rather convincing last time, 270 to 218 for Blue Lions. But 4 did just score 261, so hopefully it'll be a little bit closer that way. Let's see if Red pulls out the same strategy of having. Oh no, those are different lines actually. It's not the same lines. Once again, this is 4v5. It's going to be Birch Trees, Brunt, and Ebon against Abyss, Duck, and Joaquin. Alrighty, looks like we're good to go, so let's get this match underway.
Three, two, one.
Unfortunate start here for the Red Alliance. Ebon struggling to get that first coral on. Gonna put them a little bit behind here. 60 to 76. Looks good for an upset here from the 5th Alliance once again. Brock's doing his own double cycles as tries to catch up in the teleoperated period. Ebon going straight for the processor. Interesting that he's doing processor despite having this robot. I think if your strategy is to go processor, you would do more more net scoring. But maybe he's just more comfortable on the on this robot. Off to an early lead here is Blue, 20 points. Still has a couple of L4s left to score as well, leaving those towards the end, giving them a bit of a boost. Joaquin a little bit wobbly here. Try not to flip over. Manages to right himself. Both alliances now just working on those L2s and L1s. As Red has brought it a little bit closer, but still about a 20-point gap, 25-point gap here. As Birch Trees does get penalized on the Blue Alliance, going a little bit too deep into that defense. He's pushing around Abyss and Duck, but doesn't seem to be enough right now. As 20 seconds left, they're still 30 points down. Possession foul from Ebon as well, unfortunately. Might cost them. Five seconds left. They're going to need some misbalance or misclimbs here and see how it works out. And as that match comes to an end, it's going to be 281 for Blue Alliance, 246 for Red. An upset again for the Blue Alliance, putting up big scores here. The highest contributor of that match being Abyss with 103, followed closely behind by Bront on the other side, 95, and a Duck once again on the Blue Alliance. Looks like the main difference there was the Algae. Just got another 20 points in Algae, and that was the difference maker besides penalties and a little bit of quorum. That means we're going to be saying goodbye to our Alliance 4. Once again, thank you for playing. That was the Alliance captain Birch Trees, first pick Bront, and second pick Ebon. Now we're going to switch to the upper bracket and play the match that I think a lot of people are waiting for. It's going to be Alliance 1 versus Alliance 2. They both only played one match so far, and they both scored quite similar. 267 for Alliance 1 and 255 for Alliance 2. So should be another banger of a match. See who comes out on top of this one. Looks like everybody is in and ready to go. So let's get this one underway.
3, 2, 1.
Dropped coral here from Jeff twice now is going to be unfortunate for them. It's going to take a bit of a toll on their auto score, but Kaju and Noah no slouches. Still do get that 6 coral, but still a little bit down out of auto off of that. 89 to 74 here. As Jeff immediately goes to the other side of the field, trying to steal from the other lines, but gets a possession foul in the midst of that. Accidentally picks up a couple of coral while he's doing so. And it's just not having any luck grabbing that algae. He's going to go back, try another strategy here. Playing a little bit of defense on Noah, it looks like. Noah snags that before Jep has an opportunity to put it in. Or to grab it and steal it. Jeff getting a great steal out of the blue reef. Now a 2-point game. Jeff getting fouled on the red alliance side there. Getting a little bit too close to Noah, it looked like. Kaiju just kind of left alone scoring this algae now. Jeff putting some great defense in on Eric. Stopping him from accessing this this side of the field. Does manage to get one through that, but they are now down because of that. Only 10 or 15 points, but nonetheless, it does make a difference. Yeah, especially at 30 seconds left. Everybody going for those L2s and L1s now. As Jeff does some excellent defense there on JP, stopping him from being able to score in that processor. Red has 2 algae available to them. Kaju sneaks in behind. Oh, JP gets fouled for being on the other side along with JP or Jep. And Jeff coming in for the last second park here. Looks like a win for the Red Alliance, which is Alliance number 1, 273 to 254. That's okay, though. Alliance 2 will still have an opportunity to come back and get their revenge on Alliance 1 as long as they can win out in the loser's bracket against Alliance 5, which is just coming up in a second.
Was also a very close matchup if you look at the breakdowns. Losing by narrow margins in most respects.
Yeah, close the whole way. Even despite a little bit of a mishap on the Red Alliance auto. They definitely caught back up and made up for that. Got 1 extra point, or got 1 less point in Coral, but then beat out in Algae by 8 points and 2 points in the Barge, gaining an extra park. 10 points in penalties does hurt a little bit there with the possession fouls and zone foul. See if Alliance 5 can pull off another upset here. They did. Did they play each other before? No. They have not yet faced each other. So it'll be interesting to see they can outscore them. Alliance 5 does have the limbs high score, which is 281, which does bode well for them. As we're just waiting for the third robot from Alliance 2 to join up. They did just play, so we're just giving them an extra minute here. Get settled.
Like a stranger, I can't pull up the names. The names of the players for the pack server.
For the
Odd.
pack server.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
It disconnected me. And when I try to pull up the names, it doesn't let me. Very strange.
That is quite bizarre. Hopefully we'll only have to deal with that for the one match, and I guess we'll play finals on the opposite side, on the opposite server. Looks like everybody's in and we're ready to rumble. So we'll get this lower final match underway. This is Alliance 2 versus Alliance 5. Let's see who wins.
Three, two, one.
Right off the bat, all 6 robots scoring those out coral. Jep going quick and getting that algae in, looking for the second. Almost tie out of auto here. Basically was. Jep immediately going for this steal. Joaquin trying to stop it, but decides can't do it once it's in their intake. Not worth the time at that point. Eric doing some algae scoring of his own, putting it into the processor there, making sure that Joaquin can't steal it from them. Duck doing some double cycling, trying to keep Blue in this match, which is working out quite well for them. In the lead, actually, now. Red's fallen behind a little bit on this coral scoring, as Eric has done a good amount of algae. But like I said before, these alliances are both very likely to fill it up anyways. So even if they go down now, if they win the algae battle, still come back to fill up the coral pretty well, then should be pretty well set. Joaquin getting stuck on the cage in their own barge zone, though. This could be catastrophe if he doesn't get help here or maybe reset. They have a lead, but not sure how long they'll keep it if they kept being stuck there. It was saved, though, by Abyss. Gives them a 15-point lead here. 30 seconds remaining. Jep's got some options here for L1s. Tossing those guys on. Misses a couple of them. It's going to come down to these L1s and climbs. We'll see who can do it. One less L2 for the Red Alliance, which they just scored. 10-point game here. It's going to come down really late. Red going quite late here. 5 seconds left. JP, you got to climb. 1 second. Oh, and a massive comeback from Red there. That was huge.
Dang.
260 from Red. JP cutting it really close there, coming back at only like 3 seconds in the match remaining.
narrowly gets the second climb. That's crazy.
That's the single player practice coming into play there. Getting a lot of late climbs definitely helps in those stressful situations. That being said, Eric pulling a big score out here as well, 112, being the highest contributor. Duck not doing bad at all on the opposite side as well, 99. Looks like main difference there is Barge. Just comes down to climbs, actually. Blue lost because of climbs. Unfortunate for them. It was neck and neck between the two. Red won the algae battle and blue won the coral battle. Okay. So that will mean that we're having a finals between Alliance 1 and Alliance 2. A rematch of the upper bracket final. And we'll see how this one goes. We're going to be playing on the main server. Looks like people are mostly on it. Give them just a second to get warmed up and ready to go for their final couple matches, potentially of the event. Once again, thank you to the Fifth Alliance. You guys played excellently. Came really close there at the end. Captained by Abyss, 1792, first pick of Duck, and Joaquin, 9280. Alrighty, I think we are just about ready to go. Just waiting for signs of life from all the robots on the field. What do you think we're looking here for Blue to be able to come back with the win here after their loss in the upper bracket final?
Well, the biggest, it seemed to me that the biggest, what's the word I'm looking for? Differential?
Difference. Yeah.
Was, penalties and algae. So it's
Yeah.
kind of going to be up to the climb RNG and who's faster on the algae draw.
Yeah, for sure. I think Jeff has definitely struggled a couple times in auto, so we're looking to see if that happens again. It'll definitely be a good sign for Blue. But if Jeff can lock it down, it would also be, big for Red as well. Winning that that early algae battle will be much easier with that. And I think it would be good to see more of Eric scoring in that processor early, like we saw in the last couple matches from, just to make sure that they don't get too far ahead there and can get some bounce outs if they're a little bit lucky there.
That and making sure your match is clean, because 10 points of penalties is actually quite a bit. So
it is a lot, especially when matches are this close. If you got to score an extra 10 L1s, that's a lot to make up the difference. Alrighty, looks like everybody's ready to go, I think. Looks like, and let's get this underway. Finals match 1.
3, 2, 1.
Jeff dropping the corollary off the bat. Does pick it up and score it right away, though. It's not too bad. Looks like Blue will win the algae battle out of auto. Did get 2 in auto rather than just 1. Puts them a little bit ahead, but Red sticking with it, coming right back into it. Jeff immediately going to the other side of the field, and Noah fighting for it right off the bat. This is excellent play, I think. If Noah should even maybe stay there longer. Kaiju should definitely fight for this if he can. Looks like he's focused on those coral though. Just trying to make sure that Jeff can't get too many steals here and be too effective that way.
Good play from Jep, because he went around the other way before. Now he's playing more clean.
Oh, that
Almost
was
steals right off
scary.
the reef.
Excellent play from Kaiju and Noah, though, being aware of that and stopping him from getting the actual steal. Close match, 8 points between them. Blue ahead right now. Jeff playing good defense on the Blue Alliance as he's trying to take this algae away from them. Look to pick this up maybe now. Oh, Eric steals it before he has the opportunity to. Eric should now probably just drop this ball for Jeff to get in. Maybe he's looking for some bounce outs.
Bounce out on
Red's
red.
starting to get some bounce outs. Yeah. Noah's going to take advantage of that and try and get a couple more if he can. Blue got to bounce out themselves. 45 seconds left. Tied game. Oh, they knocked the algae over to the Red Alliance, though. It's huge for Noah. He's got more algae to work with. But just as saying that, the bounce has stopped. They get stuck up there in the barge zone. 30 seconds now remaining. 5-point gap for Red Alliance. Everybody working on L1s. Blue's ahead that
Blue
way,
catches
but
back up. What? Wow.
It's a 1-point game right now. 12 seconds left. 1-point game. It's coming down to these L1s. If somebody misses a climb here, it's over. Red goes earlier. Jeff's getting the extra L1s. Jeff needs to park.
Oh.
That is such a close game. 289 as well to 284. 5 points when you're up this high in the score is massive. You can tell these teams are very close to each other in skill.
Apparently there was a climb clip through from Blue.
Yeah, it looked like they only got that one climb.
Yeah.
One climb, one park, which did lose them the match there, unfortunately. They did have a lead in Coral by a good amount there. And Algae, actually.
No, Red
Red
was
just
better on
Red,
algae.
Red had the algae cap, but
that was for
Blue
bounce out RNG.
Yes, yeah. So very close match here. 125 from Kaiju, 102 Noah, 119 from Eric. Big gap between Jeff and Jep here, playing different styles. Jeff playing a lot more defense, and then Jep playing more steal / L1s for later in the match. So we'll see how this second match goes. Maybe they'll switch it up because they lost kind of based on luck there. Or they won based off of luck. The alliance, the second alliance missing a climb. But
well, I mean, you could call it some luck, but Red actually used the processor, unlike Blue. Blue hardly used it, so
that's true. Yeah,
perhaps that is the way back in. Besides, climb luck as well.
Yes, very true. I mean, Red did an excellent job of kind of neutralizing Jep there a lot. I think they need to do even a little bit more to try and make sure Jep can't get the steals. I'd like to see Kaiju, put a little bit more emphasis on that. Noah's doing a great job there. Very aware of him, but yeah, we'll see. Number 2, just about underway. I'm just gonna make sure that score is submitted. Okay, and let's get started.
3, 2, 1.
Jeff drops his coral each time. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not. Can't really tell, but it works out for him nonetheless. Another strong auto from both alliances here. Slight lead for Red right now. 89 to 78. Noah doing a great job once again playing that counter D on Jep so that he can't get those steals.
Jamaican.
Kaiju should take this algae from him if he can.
Ooh,
Decides not to go for it, which does mean that Jep will get that that steal away. And there was a bounce out, it looked like there. I couldn't tell if that was through the processor or if that was Jeff's own placement
Had a
that,
bunch
that
of
bounced
issues
out.
trying to stream it, so I'm streaming it instead.
There's 2 algae on
Oh, like,
each for each
software
side
stuff.
right now. It looks like they're both going for it.
Playing
Jeff's a
Finals
little
2
bit
right now.
faster, so if he finishes this soon, he could steal one.
I'm very hungry.
Actually gives up on that one pretty early,
Oh, I
stopping
didn't
the
get to play. I got to play one match and
processor
it,
here.
and it didn't, and it got
Looks like
reversed. So
Kaiju's
it
going
didn't
for
count.
those bounce outs. Didn't manage to get it. Noah threatening to steal. Oh, he did get a bounce out actually. Noah threatening to steal. Putting them in the lead. At a 15-point lead here for the Red Alliance. To score. Getting back into this a little bit for sure. And Blue currently has 3 robots scoring, where Red only has 2. Comes down to how effective this defense is from Jeff. They're gonna eventually run out of coral on the closed substation here. They only have 5 left, 4 left now. 20 seconds. 10-point lead for the Red Alliance. This is the L1. It's going to come down to climbs again. Jep is trying to get those L1s in. That gets 2 of them in a row. Gotta park. Oh, 1 point. 1 point again. Usually close. We'll have to take a look at the score breakdown to see what all happened there. But what a close match. Looks like Kaiju is the top contributor with 116 in that match. Noah, or Eric actually next up with 97. Then JP 94, Noah 91. And then Jep and Jeff sitting at 51 and 36 respectively. Let's look at the difference here. Coral, huge difference for the Red Alliance. Big gap for them. Algae looks about the same, but then Blue went out on the climb point. So Red missed a climb, looks like. And that's what sealed the deal. It looked like a big lead for Red, and they almost lost it because of that missed climb. Gotta give props to Jeff here for doing some great defense on the Blue Alliance, bringing down their coral score, making this possible. And there we have it. So our winners for the Clyde event is going to be the Alliance captain of Kaiju Jones, first pick Noah, and third robot Jeff 2718. And congratulations also to our finalist of Eric, JP, and Jep. That being said, that is the end of our Clyde event. Thanks everybody for watching, joining in. Sorry about the delays earlier on. We will have it hopefully all sorted out and on time for our final event of this saga, which will be our championship event next weekend. And hope to see you all there. Thanks for joining us.